Hey y'all. We got some silliness going on this morning. So please, if it happens, just kids. Anyway, expect anything. Anyway, okay. Oldest. I think this is from 2014. Let me see. Sorry. Yeah, February 2014, but there were earlier papers of it, but anyway, you can look that up if you want about this. Oldest burial yields DNA evidence of first Americans. It wasn't the first Americans. They're descendants of the first Americans. It says later on in here somewhere. Anyway, it confirms link between Asians and Native Americans. Clovis people. The DNA revealed that the people who made Clovis tools are likely related to all Native Americans living today. It says DNA harvested from the remains of an infant buried 13,000 years ago confirms the earliest widespread culture in North America was descended from humans who crossed over to the New World from Asia, scientists say. But like it said later, it says they were not the first people here. Anyway, look into the solar creams as well. In saying that too as well. There's controversy there with that as well. It suggests many contemporary Native Americans are direct descendants of the so-called Clovis people, whose distinctive stone tools have been found scattered across North America and Mexico. The origins and genetic legacy of the people who made Clovis tools have been a topic of debate, like I said. They think they were descended from Asians. An alternative theory suggests the Clovis ancestors immigrated from southwestern Europe during the last glacial minimum, more than 15,000 years ago. Yeah, like today, the grand solar minimum, there. These cycles, happen. And people immigrate and stuff, that's why, they like... Let's see, there's the solar cream right there. That's why they like closing the borders here and not letting people leave and well, they letting you leave. You know what I'm saying with that. Anyway, they putting people where they want them is what they're doing. We see that in Europe and shit, and here as well. Anyway, there it says, the new findings strongly refute the idea known as the solar tree hypothesis. Like I said, look into that as well. I think I've done a video about that as well on here. Just search for the solar tree. Anyway, it opens the door for new kinds of genetic comparisons among Native Americans, ancient Native Americans. This side as well. I'll look into that too in just a minute. I didn't see that. Like I've been looking at all of these and the children distracted. So anyway, okay. It's the oldest burial in North America. That's in my opinion. It's the oldest one that's actually gets found. There's so much stuff here that's so deeply buried. Anyway. That's what the Anzick skeleton. It's this people that own the land where this was discovered is why it's called that. And the only known human burial associated with the Clovis culture. There shows how they done it. It said DNA was similar to the genomes of ancient people living in Siberia and the ancestors of East Asians. They also discovered a deep genetic affinity between the boys' genetic material and those of 52 Native American populations living in South America and Canada. The remains share a common ancestry with almost every modern Native American group we looked at, they said. Because it's just that the relatives of the Anzick child were the direct ancestors of most Native American groups living today. Because they're saying that's an incredible result because of that. He said this would be possible, he added, if the population of humans living in the new world. That's so fucking silly how they do that shit. But New World. Anyway, about 13,000 years ago, it was very small, and every member was closely related to the others. The scientists say they strongly suspect, but can't prove, that Native Americans in the U.S. are closely related to the Clovis people. Unfortunately, we don't have much genetic material for Native people living in the U.S. If you look at the genetic map of humans around the world, the U.S. is a big blank spot. What? Anyway. Okay, whatever. Okay, that's all. And the artifacts and the bones they found later was the same age. And here is the Paisley Caves. It's a complex of 4 caves in an arid, desolate region of south central Oregon. There, you can look more into that as well. I will look at that really quick. There you go. 14,300 years ago. Anyway, I'll put that back. I gotta save that link. Anyway, here's about the Anzick and Clovis burial. In Clovis, New Mexico. They were found, human artifacts were found associated with the procurement and processing of mammoth and other large and small fauna. The bones were covered with red ochre, it says. And they found they were removing this and from the same outcrop, and inadvertently found the remains of a 1 to 2 year old child after they found that one. Okay, and here is yeah. Close, please. Thank you. Okay, it's a prehistoric Paleo-Indian culture named for distinct stone tools in close association with the Pleistocene fauna at Blackwater locality number 1, Roosevelt County, New Mexico, near Clovis, New Mexico. 11,500 to 11,000 years old, uncalibrated radiocarbon years before present, at the end of the last glacial period, and is characterized by the manufactured Clovis points. But it's saying the same stuff that article said pretty much. It suggests this is equal to 13,200 to 12,900 calendar years ago. But like we say about the Clovis, it's just what they call them. It probably wasn't even their real name, what they were called. So anyway, y'all know that. But I'll leave these links if you want to look at it and all that stuff. You know, there's lots of stuff you can click on in these articles and stuff, as y'all know. Anyway, and I think I forgot to. And there's from February as well, saying same shit as the first article I showed there. Yes, exactly. See, it's yeah. Anyway, there, that. Come on. Who? She's a cat. Well, that's not surprising. Anzick Clovis site, Clovis period burial, Montana, USA. If you see where Montana was, Montana's upper part of the U.S. there, at the border of Canada there. Beautiful country, beautiful. We almost moved there and Alaska when I was a kid. So anyway, this is from 2017. They were Paleo-Indian hunter-gatherers who were among the earliest colonizers of the Western Hemisphere. Like I said, it says later on it found they were. Anyway. Sometimes called the Wilsaw Arthur site. Oh, the Smithsonian, no doubt, they'll be hiding shit about this stuff. You know, this is just what they want us to see, you know what I'm saying? So who really knows about this? They could have been the who knows? But like we've said a lot before, people has been here since you know, this is just their shit, you know, they feed to us that they want us to see and stuff, so, but, it's no surprise, like we say a lot, we're all connected in many ways, and this is just another one there, like it said how they come here from Asia, the glacial period there, so, anyway, it's just telling about what they did and how they done it and everything, there, if you want to check that out, and it's here, incredible discovery, reveals human activity in the Americas 130,000 years ago. And I did not make this one. Okay, like I said, there's stuff you can click on in here and stuff. It says, breathtaking new study in nature, however, is more of a tidal wave, a revolution in the way we understand the story of humanity. And like I said, this is just what they show us, so, there's a lot more to this than they are allowing out. See, there's another site in coastal San Diego County contained the remains of a mastodon, an extinct creature distantly related to elephants, including several tusks and curious indentations on them. On closer inspection, these marks appear to perfectly match up with various hammerstone animals and tools found nearby, but they didn't find no human remains. Those hunter-gatherers, they probably, killed it and done all that stuff and got its meat and whatever they did, and went on their way back to their camp or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I just see a typo there, distally. Anyway, there you go, clues to ancient migration. Like we say, I said a lot, and others have, it's built into us to know when to move when these periods are coming, we get like this urge to move, and you don't know why. That's it. That's that instinct kicking in and telling you need to move because of something coming, like what was coming for them there. Anyway, and here, like I said, it's official. The first Americans weren't the Clovis people after all. This is from that other article that's saying, says the first people here were 18,000 years ago, and almost certainly by boat. Like we said before, they found stuff from, Egyptian stuff and Buddhist and all kinds of other cultures here in this country. Anyway, like I said, there it is. Look at it and read. There's the coastal migration theory, suggests that the people could have made their way quite rapidly across the Pacific Ocean by following the islands dotted around the northern section of the Ring of Fire. The kelp that grew ensured they could fish and eat, It says in pre-Clovis times the ice-free corridor was closed. Leaves only boats as viable means of access. So before them, we used boats. Well, we still use boats. Anyway, there we go. With that, they weren't the first Americans after all. Anyway, and dating do-over, they redated the remains and stuff, and it's well, like it said, there it is it's the oldest ancient burial they found, but it's not the oldest. It's not the first ones here. And I would ask, how do they know that? Like, they hide stuff from us. They know that humans were here way before that. Way before that. You think they're gonna come out and say that shit, that all these cultures lived in this place at one time? No, they're not. Anyway, because the world, the way it is, you know, it's always been this way. The one world government, you know, it was back then. You know, it had its periods of making people think that they were gone away, but they weren't. They were just changed their name. And y'all know that. But anyways, you really think they're going to let us know for certain this? You know, there's some things you just know, and I just know they ain't going to say, you know, anything to me. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Shit. Anyway, shut up. And there is a PDF. I guess it's PDF. I think you have to pay for it, actually. Reassessing the chronology of the archaeological site of the Anzick. I'm not gonna buy it up. Anyway, but there it is. If it interests you, you can buy it, or however you get it. Anyway, and here's the article that led me to it. Answers questions about early humans. They were from the same time period. It's like I said a while ago, the skeletal remains and the artifacts were the same time. Like I said, it's named after the family who owned the land. Like the Clovis people, it's not the real name, but that's what they call it. Anyway, there's that, and I'll have to place that. Anyways, just, you know, like I said there, they show us what they want us to see. They tell us what they want us to hear. You know, that goes with everything. Everything. Not just the history. Everything. You know, I always question everything. Look into it for yourself. You know, don't depend on Wikipedia for everything. But that's just for basic information. You know, there. You can find so much more. You know, searching wherever you search. Y'all know how to search shit. I ain't gotta tell you how to do that. Everybody does that differently. But anyway, yeah, it's fascinating stuff, you know. But like I said, they ain't gonna ever come out and tell you if they found something profound or anything there. They ain't gonna do that, you know. They tell us what they want us to hear, show us what they want us to see, you know. That goes without saying, I reckon, but anyway, that's it. Just thought it was interesting there, and like how they try to hide things and say, oh, oops, we were wrong, and it's not, and anyway, but like I said, look into the solar trees as well. That's the Clovis, and you know, the Paisley Caves there. Anyway, it tells you a lot about, you know, migration and stuff, you know, during these periods that the Earth goes through and the sun goes through, and we had to move with where the crops could grow the best, and where the game was, you know, to hunt and everything. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Rest of the day. It's morning time here. It's like what time is it? It's 8:12 a.m. So yeah, we're getting ready to go here. So take care, y'all. I love you, and see you later. Remember, you know, research yourself. Look into these things on your own if you want. There, if it interests you. Anyway, see y'all later. Bye.